This assignment is about online learning or the inverted classroom. So the first thing was to look into what schools in Miami-Dade County offer the virtual education system. I was really surprised when I did the search, and what I did is I searched for Miami-Dade County high schools that use online learning, and look at this. Miami-Dade Online Academy, virtual school defined. They actually have virtual school in Miami-Dade County. Just look at all the links, your choice, miami.org. So evidently, they are already offering in the high school format online learning for the students where they can use online education. And then when I studied the actual video that Dr. Mitsunori put up, about how the school worked, I thought about my class in algebra. And actually, my algebra class is an online learning situation just by the way that it works. And let's take a look. This is how we do the algebra class. It's called My Math Lab, and then all of the homework, the quizzes, the tests. Well, not all of them. Some of them she gives us a test in class, but if you'll look, all of the chapters were done online. In other words, you have the book if you choose. You don't have to have the book. The book is actually built right into this My Math Lab. So you can study all of your chapters. You can do chapter one. You go through all of the chapter, learn all of the algebra, and then you come in and you take these tests. And what we were actually doing in class, we weren't really doing this. What we would do in class is we would break up into groups and go through the problems from the chapter. So anybody that had problems would bring their problems to the classroom, and we'd break up into groups, and we would do the problems that people were having problems with right on the board in little groups. So this was actually, this whole class, I mean, I didn't know it at the time. I know it now after I've learned what it actually is. This wasn't an inverted classroom situation. When we would get in class, we would brainstorm. We would break up into groups, and she would go over some of the problems on the board, her personally, but most of it was where we would break up into groups and work together through the problems that anyone had problems with. So I, I'm going to have to assume that we are already using the inverted classroom at the University of Miami. And I personally found it very, very rewarding. I mean, I like going in there and I like doing the problems on the board, and you get to help your fellow students, or they can help you, whatever the case may be. You get to work the problems out, and everybody can kind of learn from each other, from their strong suits and weak suits, and they can practice the things that they're not really good at. So I really enjoyed this class. It gave us an opportunity to spend a lot of time together. So I think it's highly, highly favorable way of doing things. It does allow the students to move at their own pace. In other words, if you find that the particular class, in this case the algebra, is easy, you can move at whatever pace you want to move along. You're not restricted to. You're restricted by what the professor releases, how much of the chapter she releases at one time. So some of us tend to be a little more aggressive and move forward at the speed that we want to, and we don't get bored. And then the others that are having problems, can move at their speed. It was just an awesome thing. The only downside to, obviously, this class that we're taking here with Professor Mitsunori is also an online education experience. You have to be careful that you are disciplined. If you're not disciplined, you can have a tendency, if you're not, at least where you have the classroom mixed with the online, you have to go to class. So, you have to be caught up, or you're really going to fall behind. So you have to be pretty disciplined not to let yourself fall behind in the work. Now, I kind of found that I let things go a little bit here with this class with Professor Mitsunori. I should have been much more up to date, but as the algebra got more difficult and we were coming towards finals, I kind of prioritized the algebra so that I could, do a lot of practice tests for the final that's coming up on Saturday. But now that I feel comfortable, I'm back to moving forward with my online class. So anyway, those are my comments and my opinions. I think it's a fabulous way to do class. Uh, the lecture thing tends to be, oh, I'm thinking of one class in particular, can be extremely boring depending on the interaction that the professor has with the class. But if they just come in and just very monotonously roll out the data, it can be extremely boring. This way of interacting with the class and the students interacting together is amazing. It's a much more rewarding experience overall. Those are my comments. Have a great day at the U.